that dynamic.
Well, if you check the callers, even those who are white, they agree with me. So, you know, I don't know how much balance there is on the show. Even the Jewish callers now call up and they agree with me. No, I'm seriously. I think that we both have a particular mission, and I think that for me, I think the black community is asleep, and is my hope, and to provoke a semblance of sobriety, to hopefully wake some folks up who have been looking at things from a very clouded perspective. Shia, I think he's extremely important because he helps with that wake-up call in many ways, because he shows that this is how a lot of people think and feel about certain issues. And if you don't like it, then you don't like a whole lot of people out there who feel and think the same way. And from the other side, maybe I say things that inflame people in his community, but I'm not doing it on purpose. This is just, again, this is my view on the world and my view on a particular issue. And if they don't like it, then hey, you know. But I don't think I sit here and think, how do I achieve balance? What am I going to say to make this a balanced issue? Some things just aren't balanced. Some things just aren't fair. I like to talk about race, even though I think in many respects, and I've been thinking about this a lot, especially over the last 3 days because I've been away from the show, that it makes people's eyes roll to the back of their head. Most people in America, white and black, do not want to talk about race. They don't want to deal with race. But I think it's so important. I think it's one of the things that America has to deal with in order to heal. This country is so divided along racial lines that it's not even funny. And until we really recognize that and try to bridge those gaps, and I think that that's something that she and I are committed to doing, then we're not going to move forward and be the superpower that we claim to be. That said, I love talking about personal finance. I think not enough people think about their money. Not enough people are concerned with their money. Too many people spend too much money, more money than what they make. Too many people are in debt. Too many people are broke. Too many people are not where they want to be financially. And I think it starts with having a plan and a vision. Even, you know, if you have a plan for your life, you need to have a plan for your money. And marriages, and I know personally, break up because of money issues. It's one of the #1 reasons. So I love talking about that. And just what's happening, you know, in the news. We like bouncing off of the news. And, you know, his favorite subject is George Bush. I really hate talking about George Bush. But, you know, I will talk about George Bush. Whatever's in the news, we talk about.
These countries that are now saying to America, hey, we're willing to help. Let us get a piece of the pie. It's a job that we all have to do. We're your friends. Were you really our friends? Were you not selling things to Iraq behind our back for years? Hey, Mr. France.
Hold on.
Hey, Mr. Russia.
Shia, before you
Did
go
we
there,
not find out those bombs had your signature on it?
And ours.
Did we not?
Shia, before. What's really exciting is the marriage between Al Gore and Howard Dean. That wedding that happened yesterday, that great ceremony that went down in Harlem.
Yesterday?
Ooh.
You mean 2 days ago?
Harlem. It was just 2 days ago? Goodness. Was that 2 days ago?
You mean the breakfast?
Yes.
Yeah, it was 2 days ago.
Okay.
Yesterday, we did speak about it yesterday.
Yeah, we spoke about it yesterday.
Oh,
Okay, all right. So the wedding ceremony that went
Today's
down.
Thursday.
Right. Already, I guess the minister didn't ask if anyone has a problem with this. Please stand up, and no one. They didn't ask that.
Okay, I like your spin. Go ahead.
Okay, because what's going on now? We forgot to mention the whole Harlem. We talked about Harlem as it related to the Clintons. We didn't talk to Harlem as it related to the Reverend Al Sharpton. And I guess part of that is because off mic you said, don't talk about race today. So I took a break yesterday. So today we're going to pick back up. How much did this play trump Al Sharpton? Zev Chavits in the Daily News yesterday had a whole column on it, which I didn't get to. But I read it today, and it basically said that Dean outdanced Reverend Al, and he talked about how Reverend Al danced on Saturday Night Live, but it was Dean and Gore's dance that actually was the star of the show, and how him coming to 125th Street, coming to Harlem, it didn't really hit the Clintons as much as it hit Al Sharpton, because Al Sharpton is not only the king of Harlem, but he is also the person that stands in the way, supposedly, of the black vote. And how's this going to really play out? And today, Zev Chavits, on page 5 of the Daily News, lays it out. That Sharpton is going to stand in the way of Dean getting the black vote as a result of what Dean did coming into Harlem. And my question to the people is, can Sharpton get away with that? Is that something he can do? 212-868-0975 is our number. Does Al Sharpton have the power to withhold the black vote from Howard Dean?
See, I watch a lot of television and I watch a lot of movies, and there's nothing on TV right now that I think is true. You know, you have shows like, you know, what's his name? What's that guy's name? Just won an Emmy. Wayne Brady. You have Ellen on. You have your Hannity and Combs. You have your Bill O'Reillys. And you have The View, and you have shows like this, 2020 and things like that. But I don't think there are any real talk shows on that real people get to, you know, and Jerry Springer doesn't count. Okay? Jerry Springer, what's his name? Maury Povich, they don't count. Because even that, and Ricky Lake, that does not count. Those shows do not represent the average American person who doesn't get an opportunity to really talk much. And I think this show has proven that if given a forum, people are going to call up everyday people, cops and teachers, lawyers and doctors, and just folks that are cab drivers. They have an opportunity to call the show. I mean, there's nothing out there like that that gives people an opportunity. So if I were to do television, that's the particular area that I'd like to look at. Taking this kind of format and doing a 1 hour type of show where folks get to talk. They have something called Talk Back Live, but even that's like, it's corny. Nothing real. You know what I'm saying? Real. If I were to hire myself, I'd hire myself to replace Alan Combs on Hannity and Combs because he's a punk. And he sits there and let Sean Hannity get off his stuff. But again, Sean Hannity handpicked him. Of course, he's not going to pick anyone who's actually going to challenge him. If I were to hire myself, that's where I would be. It would be Hunter and Hannity. That's what it would be. And Hunter would have to come first. See? But he couldn't handle me. And you heard it here first. If Sean Hannity had any, how do we say this, balls, he would, get rid of the Alan guy. And Alan's actually got more feminine qualities than I do. Have you seen him? I'm thinking he might have had a sex change. I don't know. That's just my opinion. But if it were me, that's where I would. If you want to sit with a woman, you might as well get a real woman. I have breasts. Did you notice that underneath the